Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mandeep Saini, and today we are going to talk about the academic writing skills, on which there are three parts on that session. In the first session, we are going to talk about how to introduce your research. So I can understand there is a lot of confusion between the students that they don't know how the introduction should be or how to write an abstract or an executive summary or the introduction part. So let's talk about how do you write the introduction, abstract, or executive summary for your research. So when you are reading the article, the journal articles, or you're reading the book or any chapter of the book, so what three things you should mainly be looking for? One is introduction. What is the introduction of that journal article? And the second is methodology, what methodology they have taken. And third is the conclusion. So you should be looking for the conclusion as well, what conclusion they have given. And same thing you should be including in your introduction. So how the introduction will work on your report or on your assignment or on your dissertation, you are going to talk about the introduction, what is your research about, and then give the methodology, what methodology you have adopted, and what are the main findings in the conclusion. So in a dissertation project might be the main findings could be more than three, four, five, but on your introduction or abstract or executive summary, you just need to give the main finding, maybe one or two, which is the most appropriate based on your research aim and research objectives. So let's look at what you are going to write in that. So in the introduction part, I have given example here. So you could start the introduction of your abstract, which is like the purpose of the study is to find a solution to resolve a contemporary issue of implementing lean to enhance or to advance the communication in construction projects. So that could be your aim. So the another phrase you can use, the aim of this study is to find a solution to resolve a contemporary issue. So something like that. So what I recommend you to use the academic phrase bank to see how to start the introduction. And then methodology, you can use phrases like that. This the research takes case study method approach to identify the solution, or the research take qualitative or quantitative method approach or mixed method approach to identify the solution, to implement knowledge communication or implement communication in construction project management. Now the conclusion, your conclusion could be the main finding from the study and the second main finding or the sub main finding. So you are giving the conclusion. Writing the abstract or introduction for your or executive summary for a report for your assignment is slightly different than writing a journal paper. In journal paper, you might need to add more detail that how your research is original, what is the impact of your research, and all these. So you can add those into in the abstract of your dissertation or your assignment as well, which is absolutely fine. Now, one more very important thing you need to remember that you, because when you start doing your research, this part, the introduction or the abstract or the executive summary should be in the beginning of the report. But when you start doing a report, you don't know the conclusion yet until unless you finish your literature review or finish your data collection and data analysis, and or you written the conclusion chapter. So what you are going to do, you can write the introduction, which on which you can put your aim. You can, if you completed your methodology chapter, then you can go back and write about your methodology. And once you complete your conclusion chapter, then you go and write about your conclusion. So basically, the introduction part of any research or any report should be written at the end of your research, so when you completed everything. So just remember that if you write the introduction part in the beginning, you can always go back and make the changes based on the findings from the methodology, or what methodology you are using, or the conclusions or the recommendations as well. So that was the part one, how to write the introduction or the abstract or executive summary. I will come back to you with the second part, which is about writing a critical literature review, and introducing the subject and what need to be done. So thank you very much for listening, and I will get back to you very soon.